the people we all feel great love for, and without them today would not be possible. So if everyone could please raise their glass to the bar staff. So first, we'd like to welcome to the microphone Megan, the mother of the bride.
Okay. Now, I know we've been listening to some fantastic music, and there are just two songs that I would like to mention. The first song is How Wonderful You Look Tonight. Do we know who sang that? Eric Clapton. And the second song is The Mighty Quins. Do we know who sang that? Manfred Mann. Now, I just thought of that before I stepped onto the dance floor, and I just wanted to, because we've been listening to some beautiful music, I just felt that those two songs typify these guys. Yeah? You'd agree?
Yeah.
The Mighty Quins, if you listen to the words. I love this song.
Mum, I actually don't know it, but I will make sure I learn it.
I raised her to be an honest young woman. Very good, Sash, thank you.
Doesn't always work in my favour.
Anyway, we better get on with it because I've only got 5 minutes. I'm shaking not from nerves, but from, I'm not sure what. Anyway, could be excitement and the thrill of being here tonight, you know, with my children, with my family, which is really special. So, you know who I am. I'm Megan Walsh, the mother of the bride. And I'm standing up here in front of you, speaking on behalf of my family. So my beautiful children, Bridget, put your hand up, Bridget. Nick, where's your hand, Nick?
Nick's Bishop.
That'd be right, Adrian, I heard that. Where are you, Nick? That beautiful man that walked this lovely girl down the aisle, and I didn't cry. Anastasia and Emily. And Emily. But I'm also standing here because I'd like to remember my husband, Anastasia's father, who passed away nearly 4 years ago, and he is very dear to us, and he's here in spirit. So I felt I needed to mention that. Okay, so here we go. Here we go with the speech. Right.
Because the hard bit over.
Thank you to those people, e.g. my family, who have come from quite a distance today. We really appreciate that family support. It's just, you don't realise how much that is for us. The Walshes, it is. So, I want to take you back to 2016, roughly 7.5 years ago. This young man called Chris Quinn. Mum, make sure the house is clean.
I would say that.
And make sure you're home. I'm bringing a new fella home. Oh yeah, okay, no worries, we'll be here. So the day arrives, and in comes Chris. This was brilliant, Chris. Do you remember that day?
Actually, I don't remember part of that day, but we'll get to that in my speech.
Okay. So
I remember that day.
You'll remember now.
I remember that.
Oh, I'd love to do it too, but I've got this microphone in here. So the side door opens. G'day, Betsy. I'm Chris. I could not get the grin off my face. Who said to call me Mexi? Not me. But you know what I loved about that particular moment? Was that young man was confident. He looked me straight in the eye. And he called me a Mexi, and he did not blink.
Yeah.
I loved it, and he's called me a Mexi ever since. Do you remember that,
I
Chris?
do remember. I think I actually said, "Can I call you Megsy?"
I don't remember, but that's not the story, Chris. Forget about it. Anyhow, but Maury was alive then, and I want to just give you a little brief.
Oh no.
I want to. So Maury's in the lounge room, where he typically stays. He's sitting on the couch, and he's waiting patiently to meet this new fellow, right? So I had my bit, and Chris probably did the respectful thing and, couldn't meet the parents. So then he walked to the lounge room. So what does Maury do? Who's this fellow? Who are your parents? Who's your family? Where are you from? What do you do? Who are you connected to? Now Maury's no fool, he's a very smart man. And we're talking quins, right? So Maury's trying to work out if there's any connection to Ned Kelly. It was fantastic. It was just a really great moment. I don't know the end of that. Chris, I'm not sure. Do you know the end of that story? Because I don't. So we'll leave it open, okay?
That was 7.5 years ago.
Doesn't matter. It's a memory, and I remember that. Okay?
It's a good memory.
Are you correcting me?
No.
Rightio. So that's about when my memories ended. So now I'm come to a piece of paper. Right. This is really important. I just want to reflect before I look at that on family and the importance of family with the Queens. It's one of the nicest endearments that you could possibly have as a person, with the respect that I have received and continue to receive from Chris and his family.
Yeah.
The welcoming, it's just wonderful. The inclusivity, I am so grateful, Chris. You're never any different. You're always the same, and that beautiful look in your face. You look me in the eye, and you want to talk. And whether it's
Raised
small
right.
talk or deep and meaningful, doesn't matter. That's Chris Quinn, and I thank you for that.
He's been raised right.
Are you talking?
No, I was just...
So we came to learn a lot about Chris over the years. And Chris is a very versatile young fellow. So he started off as a builder, we all know that, that's nothing new. But he progressed, didn't he? He didn't sit back on just being a builder. He wanted to improve himself. Oh, again, we were very impressed. So, ended up becoming self-employed, a contractor, and a farmer. Well done, Chris. It's brilliant. That's the dedication and the focus of the young person. And what are you? 30.
Yeah.
You've achieved a lot.
Oh, no.
So I'm just going to refer to my notes because this is really, I want this sentiment to be really heard. So what I admire in your relationship, we'll talk about you two now.
We're married now.
So what I admire is your respect for each other. You both have strong opinions. Hey, that's a good thing. That's a good
I
thing.
love that. I love that.
Thanks.
So true.
So you both have strong opinions, but you're both able to hold your own. So you're able to have conversations and stand by what you say. So you'll back yourself. And as well as that, you have time for each other, space. You give each other space. And I like that too. So that means you're independent. You don't rely on one another. It's very nice. I like to see that. Okay. You support one another, and you have a healthy understanding of how each one ticks. And you have like a code of behaviour, I've called it. But listen to this. You have a code of behaviour, which is your source of strength and belong to each other. Okay? If you understand what I'm saying.
I do.
Okay. Pardon? Is it okay? Going all right?
No, I know what you're saying.
Thanks, Cassie. They have a code of behaviour, yeah? You would agree? Yeah.
Every good relationship has one, hey kids.
Okay. But while we're being serious, I love to have fun. Don't you? You like to, do the small talk, chew the whatever.
To the year off.
Don't you?
I do, I know.
And we love
That's my
that.
worst quality.
No, because I love to have fun too. I love to have fun. That sense of fun is important because it gives that nice balance, yeah?
Yes.
When life can be really stressful and serious and we feel the pressure. So having fun is important.
It is. I love it.
I like to see different things.
It does.
I'm not saying he doesn't.
No, I know, but I'm saying he does.
Excellent. Annie, now, okay. So I think we're finished.
No,
No, you're
it's having
doing.
fun.
I love it. It's so good. Yeah.
So Annie, your love and care for Chris is deep and unbreakable. You bring both a loyalty and a dedication and visual nature to the relationship. You are one-eyed, Chris. No question.
And I am.
Okay, so Chris, similar but different. Chris, your love and care for Annie is deep and strong too. That's what I feel, right? You bring an unbreakable sense of family. Together, you have balance and harmony. So this was only written Jeez. I've nearly finished.
No, okay. It's fine. Good.
No, I haven't. I'm nearly finished. I know your generous spirit will always provide a home, because that's how you are, Chris, a home and take care of my daughter. And I know my daughter shall always provide a safe, warm and caring home for you, Chris. You will, because that's important. Finally, last comment. We welcome you into our home, Chris.
Thanks, Nate.
And hang on. We welcome you into our home and family, Chris, as you warmly welcome us into yours.
Yeah.
Is that all right? Did I pass?
Well done, Megzy. Rightio. It's time for Adrian, father of the groom. Come on down.
Well done. I've written these few things down, but I won't take as much time as Megan, but I'll do my best here. Just welcome to the Bunyip here. Mel will look after us tonight and the staff. Down the river we're getting a few photos taken, and wasn't it great down there? And we're lucky that we live here. There's no missiles flying across. We all get on pretty well. So we live in a great part of the country. Next thing I've got to thank is Pastor Dave, who's not here tonight, but he's married 3 of our 4.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, didn't get Carly and Jack. They
That's
got
right. Sorry.
they got Lessa, they got Pastor Cookie. They got Cookie.
He wasn't around.
He wasn't around. Anyhow, Pastor Dave is a great bloke, and he's you heard his words today. He just says it how it is, and I think Chris and Annie love him pretty well too. He's a good guy. He liked Annie. I'd like to thank Jess and Carly for being the MC. Carly's pretty good and Jess is pretty good too, and they both know how to talk, and they got that off their mother, I think. So Pastor Dave got 3 out of 4, so that ain't bad, I reckon. I'd like to welcome Megan and her family here, and as she said, we do love our family, and we do pride ourselves on being pretty close, and I'm happy with that. And I'm happy with the kids all getting on well, and that really means a lot to Jen and I. Annie, you look pretty good today. I think he's better than back for his head. I think Dave said, doesn't he?
He also called me Christ.
He reckons Christian can walk on water, but I don't know he's about that. I can call Annie my number one daughter-in-law now. And I'm pretty happy with that. My young bloke's happy, I'm happy. I'd like to thank Megan and the late Maury for doing such a good job of Annie. And I hope my Christopher enjoys her. Which he should. I only met Maury a couple of times and he was a great old bloke. Not old bloke, he was a great bloke. Well, he's like me, he's old. He's getting on a bit. But he was old school.
Big time.
And Annie's got a bit of that in her and I love that.
It's bad.
And
So bad.
yeah. And he would have been proud as punch today watching you walk down the aisle. He would have been proud as punch. And I can just see him up there now with a Melbourne long neck and his little blue hat on.
Yeah, it's Terry telling.
Little Terry Telling hat on. I can just see that.
Blue one.
You know, I met him a couple of times and you know, he's easy to take a shine to. Now, Christopher. Anyone who can get up with a nurse's uniform with fake boobs and makeup on in fashions on the parade and get fourth, he got fourth.
You're like, no, we need to dress number one.
Mind you, there's only four in the, there's only four. So anyhow, I thought that was pretty good effort. Yeah.
I love that. That's so good.
As you know, Christopher's come home and works with me part-time and does his little thing. And he's got a great set of skills now, and I think a lot of you people have used them, whether it's building a house, a shed, or a
Pasture.
rolling a bale of hay or something. So he's done all right. He does pretty good. That's about it for me, but I'd just like to say, look, make sure you enjoy life, have a bit of fun along the way.
Yeah.
You're both good workers. Yeah.
I am.
Yeah. Well, Annie is. Christopher's been a bit distracted lately.
He's alright.
That's all right.
He's okay.
But as far as Jen and I are concerned, with Christopher, I couldn't be more proud of the young man he's grown into. And like all our kids, we're very proud of you, mate. And we wish you and Annie all the best. Thank you. Right, I'm taking your glasses off now.
I love that.
You'll go, Annie.
No, God, no. Look at that. Why?
How are we? Can you get it back there? Good. No, obviously I'm Joey and I'm the best man for the day. And when I was asked to be the best man, obviously there's a speech that comes with it. So I did what everyone naturally does and I went onto Google for a bit of advice. And the first thing I read was that it shouldn't go for any longer than the groom lasts in bed. So on that note, I've been up here too long.
It's funny. But you don't know the truth.
No, that's all right.
Honestly, how long are you going to go for?
I'll give you a couple of minutes. No. No, it's good to see everyone here on such a special day, because it is such a special day. People have come from a long way. Is Jack Binky here today? Did he remember to... Oh, there he is. That's a surprise, actually, because if the suit fitting appointment's anything to go by, I thought you would have just forgotten and shown up a day late. That's good. All right, I've written a few things down here. So, over the years, Chris has been given a lot of different nicknames. Scribble Buddy, Scribble Dick, Skinner, Skeefy, Scrubs, Scribs, Scribsy, Knackers, Golden Coal, Christ. and Chook's brains.
Oh, yes. I was like, don't forget that one. That's the most important one.
But Annie must not have liked any of these, because one night we discovered their secret pet name for each other.
Don't. You're not. You're not. You're
Pookie.
That's at home, like, how do you know that?
Sorry, not sorry. So,
About that.
Pookie and I grew up as cousins. He is exactly 9 months younger than me. So it's safe to say when Bear and Jenny saw the perfection that I was, it was straight home to make one of their own. And exactly 9 months to the day, out popped Chris. The Aldi version.
I love that. Using that.
With our mothers, Wendy and Jenny, being twins, our families have always been close. With the both of us being the youngest boys with 3 older sisters. The odds were stacked against us. We would have to stick together. Through our younger years, our families would convene back at the Franklin's residence after footy and netball. Our parents would have a lot of drinks, a few drinks, and the kids would make their own fun. This, for the girls, was dressing up as the Spice Girls, rehearsing and performing dance routines. For our parents. Pookie and I
love that.
were not often included in these dance routines. It was strictly Spice Girls. So when it became time for the big performance, Pookie and I would quickly tack on the end and dance along as best we could. And before the girls could say, "Stop right now," the better dance group was born, the Spice Boys. Thank you very much. Pookie and I have a lot of similar interests, music being just one of them. We would often find ourselves having a few extra beers, listening to music, singing along and staying up late. This was until Annie came along. Then we would stay up later, all singing and dancing around the lounge room.
I know, it's so bad. Stop doing that. Stop doing that.
Annie has always known how to keep the party going and loves a Beveralo. Don't you, dear? Annie has been a great inclusion, not just to Pookie's life, but everyone's lives around him. And your profession and what you do best is taking care of others, and boy does this one need taken care of. I've loved watching you two grow together. You're clearly soulmates, or to put it in terms Annie understands, look at me. Now look at each other. Look at each other. Now look at the crowd. Look at the crowd. Now look back at me.
Don't look away. You know how they do, look away. Anyway, that's enough.
Are you talking?
That's exactly what my mother said to me.
Is it?
It's the nurse in me. It's terrible.
Terms Annie understands. You're the Kath to his Cal, the Kim to his Bretty, and the Sharon to his Footy Franks. I'm so happy to be in your lives and be a part of such a special day. They say cousins are your first best friends, and for that, with us, that's very true. But to me, you're more like a brother I never had, and Annie, you're another sister I didn't know I needed.
Sorry, you didn't say didn't know you needed. I thought you said you didn't even know you had. That's what I heard.
I love you, Pookies.
Work, Jophus. Rightio. The final speech of the evening is from the groom, Christopher Pookie Quinn.
Jess, it doesn't
On you, Poogie.
You don't normally call each other. That's not normal.
Pop down, Pooh.
Talk too much.
Well, that's going to be hard to follow, Joe and Adrian and me. I'll try to keep my speech short.
Hold that for you.
A bit
Do you want me to hold the microphone?
in talky.
I know.
I'll try to keep my speech sweet and short, or short and sweet, a bit like my wife.
I'm actually 5'6". That's above average.
You can't tell I'm Carly's brother, you probably can now. But before I start, I would just like to acknowledge and pay my respects to the local pub goers we kicked out tonight. Friday night's the night in the Bunyip, so I'd just like to pay my respects to those Cavendishians.
You want voice?
Yeah.
Sorry, that was scolded.
Firstly, we would just like to thank everyone who has made the effort to travel down, especially from Annie's side of the family, as most of my family don't leave the Shire.
Charlie, where do we have this conversation?
Thanks to Pastor Dave for today. We enjoy his hospitality and we're sure there's a lot of you that enjoyed the chance to repent. Thanks to everyone who helped setting up last night and today. Thanks to the bridal party and everything you guys have done over the last few months. You guys have been great. I'd like to thank Annie for helping me organise everything. Over the last 12 months of organising, she's been so helpful that I haven't had to do anything. So thanks, Poogie.
I know.
I think that's going to stick publicly.
I know. That was meant to be private. Pookie was
Nah, Mitch calls us Poogie. Anyway, moving on. When trying to think of someone to be our MC, Mrs. Quinn thought it would be a good idea to get my sisters involved. Now, for all of you that are unaware, 7 years ago, my MC and elder sister Jess went into labour on another one of my sisters, Nat and Zeb's wedding. So myself and Mrs. Quinn thought it would be safe to have two MCs just in case one didn't rock up.
You never know.
Thanks, girls. You've done a great job. Where have you gone? Yeah, plenty of cards. I was lucky enough to enjoy a few Melbournes with the late Murray Walsh and his dad. I know he's very proud of his kids and he'll be very proud of what Anastasia's achieved, especially with her nursing. Now, going back 7 years, around the time of Annie's birthday, was the first time I went to Camperdown, and actually Megan, you were sort of on similar lines
Yeah, I know.
with this conversation.
That was uncanny.
Different story though.
So uncanny, but it looks like
Of course, we all know the way you feel when you go into the in-laws for the first time.
not mine though. They're good. They're great. They're amazing.
I remember being in the lounge room where Murray and Megan were sitting next to each other on the couch. I don't think we'd been there for more than 5 minutes, and Murray let one rip. I don't even think he took his eyes off the TV and he said, "Chris, I'm sorry. I've been telling Megan to stop doing that." And I thought to myself, if this bloke is the head of that family, everything's going to be okay. Now, Megsy, the old saying goes, as cold as a mother-in-law's kiss. But I know, Megsy, I've never understood it either. Thanks for all your support along the way. To Mum and Dad, thank you for everything you've done. I think Jess, Carls and Nat got pretty lucky with you two, and you only sort of realise as you get older. On behalf of myself and Annie, we just want everyone to enjoy themselves tonight And that's all I've got, so thanks.
Thank you. The bride has spoken. Thank you.
You know what I'm like at my speech. Remember my 30th? I'll give it 4 minutes. No. Last chance. Remember having my 30th?
There's no one with all you. Do you think the time going?
She might speak during the music later. Okay? Luke, just so you know, if she comes up,
That's my old business.
switch off. So I think it's very evident to everyone here today that Christopher and Annie both share a really intense feeling for each other, and marriage really suits you. It's only just the beginning. And that almost concludes all the formalities. So thank you all for having us, even though my other MCs disappeared. She's out there.
Come out. Come on. Jessica. I mean, Jessica. I just called you
She
Jessica.
took all the fun jokes out. Let me tell
Come
you.
in.
So thank you very much for having us as your MCs. When asked to do this job, we were flattered. However, it is like making love to King Charles. While it is a great honour, nobody really wants to do it. But, you know, now we look out amongst...
Charles, he's got like the right man.
King Charles, I'm telling you, it's an honour, but I don't want to do it.
That's a
But now we look out, like, you know, around the crowd, we, you know, all those attending, you know.
Get your right bands out. Charles. No, right bands. Get the right bands.
Anyway, but now I look out around, I can clearly see, you know, with those attending today, that you have made the wise choice in choosing us. And we have both really loved being a part of this, and we consider ourselves very lucky to be involved in your special day. So thank you all so much for coming. It would not have been the same without you. However, it would have been a hell of a lot cheaper. Good night.